And we're live.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What is up, everybody? Hey! None of my controls work. This stupid thing is making me mad. Hey, it's 6 years we've been doing this, and you'd think we'd ever get it out situated to where it would work, at least have something, but hey, guess what? It doesn't. So hey, obviously you guys can see my friends are with me. I'm gonna unmute their mics now, because it wouldn't mute them on their own, so I don't know. Now it's weird. It's being all strangey poo. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything, and then
I was like, mute.
It would mute. And then I wouldn't hear.
To beat it, you just kept talking. You were like, "Hello, hello."
Mine muted. I mean,
I muted you, Doctor.
Oh, okay.
Just because I saw that it was David's was muted, and then it unmuted.
I thought I muted it myself.
Going. It kept frustrating me.
I don't even know.
And then I couldn't see the intro, and it's like,
I could.
What's going on here?
Apparently it's still like, no, I mean it's not. I don't even know, dude.
Rumble's having problems with ever since the new browser update. I've been having problems with Rumble too.
For real. Hey, I'm about to refresh real quick. I'll be right back. I know this is very unprofessional, but hey.
Yeah, ever since the new browser update, I've had trouble with Rumble. I can't use it. It actually behaves better on Chrome than it does on Microsoft Edge.
So
sometimes I try Firefox.
I'm using Chrome.
Yeah, I'm using Chrome
too.
Option
Option right now.
I don't.
Maybe that's your issue, Dave.
It finally let me
get less errors on Chrome.
That was so weird, dude.
Rumble.
Like,
but sometimes I get an error list.
I'm trying to do this while the intro is playing so that I could be like center, like, hey, whatever, but it wouldn't let me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Rumble Rumble freezes.
It does.
I had it
bro.
freeze
Like,
on me last
Rumble,
night.
get your stuff together, dog.
But Rumble's saying it's the browser freezing. You got to turn off the idle mode. But the browser keeps turning it on secretly.
Okay, Rumble. Let's say that it is. Why isn't my browser freezing any other time?
Yeah. Exactly. But they keep saying, "Oh, it's because the." But yeah, your browsers do have an idle mode. It turns off idle tabs.
You serious, Clark?
It's ridiculous because it doesn't do it any other time. It only does it with this, with the yes.
It's stupid.
I think they built.
This is my answer to Rumble.
Liar. The problem is, I think the people who maintain Rumble now are not the people who built the code, and they don't understand the code.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's really weird.
Because I know for a fact servers have idle detection, and they have probably and it's probably not working properly, and they don't know how to fix it.
So, what has happened in the last, week that we've hung out? Oh, well, wait a minute. Another assassination attempt.
You didn't cover that. That was after last week, right?
I know. No.
Yeah, okay. It was after last
That was
week.
Sunday night.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
That was Sunday night. There was something else about...
You mean the Democrats were mostly peaceful again?
Is he going to enter a record for assassination attempts, or?
Dude, I don't know.
Crazy.
No, I can tell you who has the record, but we're not allowed to say the German leader's name on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, he has the record for assassination attempts. Yeah.
The Austrian
as far as American presidents, I mean.
Oh, American presidents?
He's
actually, I think there's. What, Lincoln has one, and I think he's on the record. I think he's right on at 3 assassination.
Lincoln was tried twice before it was successful.
Well, according to some historians, Wilkes Booth had been stalking him from some time. Yes,
gotcha.
But nobody's sure. But I think they are giving Trump the credit for the most assassination attempts.
Gotcha.
US president. But the most assassination attempts is the Austrian painter. He survived 27, I believe.
Huh.
Some of them are classified because they're actually the Allies.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not the bad guys.
Hey, so today, actually Sunday the 3rd is our 6-year anniversary of Men's Room Fun.
All right.
That's crazy. I can't believe we've been doing this for 6 years.
And how long have I been on? Has it been?
I don't know, maybe a year and a half.
No, it's been longer than that. It's been longer than that.
Has it? I don't remember.
I think it's close to
It's been at least 3 years. It's been at least half of that time.
3? I was gonna say.
Wow.
It's based on my old job and where I was, and
to me, man, it was just the other day.
it's flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yep. We've gone through several co-hosts and whatnot. Actually, I'll reach out to Adam.
Oh, Mr. Superfan himself.
Yeah, man, the inductee to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I
saw that. That was pretty awesome.
That was nice. He definitely deserves to be the first inductee. That's for sure.
Yeah.
If anyone does, it's him. Did you like how they all inducted themselves first? I think they were parodying the WWE a little bit there. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Hey, while we're here and discussing things, I am thinking of starting Coffee and Gaming at 6 a.m. Kind of like for the summer months.
I was wrong. It was sorry.
Would that be okay with you?
Yeah.
All right.
I made a mistake earlier. It's actually Nixon who was attempted twice.
Oh.
Okay. I didn't even know about that.
No. Lincoln was stalked by Booth, but they don't consider it an assassination attempt. But 2 separate assassination attempts were previously on Richard Nixon. Yeah.
Nixon probably has the record for the most political comebacks. That's for sure.
Well, they hated him so much because they always thought he should have been a Democrat. They always tried to get it.
Right.
That's the thing. They've always tried to pressure Nixon throughout his life to be a Democrat because he's a Quaker, right? He's technically the religious left.
Right. And in a way, yeah, he kind of came up through the
pacifist movement. Yeah, from nothing through the pacifist movement. He was a working class hero, but the thing is, it was the dishonesty of the Democrat Party that kept him away.
Right.
Hey, so what happened with Alex Jones going off the air?
I did not hear about that. What happened? He's
apparently
off
yesterday. Apparently yesterday, Infowars is no more.
Oh boy! Well, I knew that was coming. I didn't realize it was going to happen this soon.
Now, was that the court order or that he ran out of funding?
I don't know.
Because I heard he had a big chimp out.
I think it was the order, because he's already started Alex Jones Network, the AJN Live.
Right.
Yeah. He had a temporary order, didn't he? And he was trying to get someone to buy it. It was in negotiations with someone to buy InfoWars. And I think the whatever management or whatever of the bankruptcy finally pulled the plug. Yeah.
It should have been Elon Musk.
Well, they pretty much made it impossible for anyone else to buy it. It was done.
No, they wouldn't accept.
In a highly ill. It was designed to bankrupt him, no matter what. Basically.
Oh yeah,
and get rid of it. It was designed to just screw him over.
Yeah, every buyer was told to pay in full the bankruptcy up front, which was ridiculous.
Right. It was done in such a way. These usually are arranged in such a way where a guy can buy his way out, but they've made that impossible.
Yeah, because they set the bankruptcy at $1 billion, which is absolutely ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It's astronomically ridiculous. There's no way.
It's absolute pure greed, pure legal shenanigans. It's absolute corruption at its core. And the thing is, everyone knows the case was manipulated, but because the left is so partisan, they just all they want is to see right-wingers torn down, you know? So they don't care how it's done or how illegal the methods are, because they think it's all justified.
Hey, so Alex Jones is starting a new show. Let's see. Trump finally called out Ilhan Omar marrying her brother.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It's kind of funny. It's about time that's starting to get out there.
Well, behind the scenes, look, we all know Tucker Carlson had a chimp out at the White House because Trump thanked him for his opinion, but said, "Nah, I think I'll go with Pete Hegseth on this." And so Tucker had a chimp out, right? Candace Owens, we all know she had a chimp out because the US government wouldn't back her when Macron sued her, right? We all know Alex Jones had a chimp out because he didn't get invited to the White House or get rescued by Trump. All these people seem to have one thing in common. They all expect Trump to personally step in and save them whenever they mess up. Now, we all know Alex Jones had the right to say what he had to say, but unfortunately, he was warned many times that people would sue him, right, and win because the left have proven they could rig cases. That they could rig cases against Donald Trump in New York. Alex Jones, you haven't got a chance.
Yeah. Hey, apparently, 6 hours ago, Obama official busted in cartel sting. Deep state in full panic mode. An Obama-era DEA officer was criminally indicted for aiding cartels and laundering $12 million in dirty cash. There's a picture. Robert Cincy, Paul Campo, and Robert Cincy conspired to shoot. Hold on. Assisted CJNG, one of the most notorious Mexican cartels that is responsible for countless deaths through violence, drug trafficking in the United States and Mexico, said to U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton. So that's kind of new. A lot of people say that there's going to be they're going to probably sing like canaries.
Well, I believe this came out of the argument between Trump and the Mexican president. The Mexican president did blindside Trump, 6 months ago when she said, but your government's involved? You know, when Trump told her to shut down the cartels, right, that they infiltrated the Mexican government. She turned around, snapped back and says, well, they infiltrated you too. So that's why he's been quiet on Mexico. Now, Dan Bongino lashed out at the culture in the FBI, you know, the culture of bureaucracy. Yeah. This is why things don't get done, because they're so busy, you know, with their formatting of the forms, the coded and loaded language of all their complaints so they can get their search warrants. But they never go after anybody big. You know, they're always using, if they hear a rumor about someone, the FBI will put that in their political file and say it's too politically charged, or they'll use it as leverage for funding. They'll never get anything done.
Well, yeah,
you can't always. Look, behind the scenes, the government is at war with itself, right? You've got the elected officials and the unelected officials.
And you got people that are trying to actually do something and make a change, and they won't do it.
Yeah. And too many in the elected government side with the unelected officials because they only want to sit there in their office and we live in peace. Because the unelected can harass you day in, day out and can't get fired. They can slow walk everything and not get fired, you know. This is what he was saying about Dan was saying about the culture of the FBI. They slow walk everything.
Yeah.
They keep claiming it's to be, what did he say? You know, to ensure the success of the mission, you know, to make sure that they haven't left anything out. But he says it's like the certain files that sat on the shelf for 4 years. They do nothing with these files. Yeah, all compromises, right, Adam? They are. But some of it's political mindset. That's what Dan was saying. He found that it's more political mindset, that Comey promoted people who were politically aligned with him, right? A cult of personality around him. He wanted to be the next Hoover, you know, to be able to lecture to American presidents, to be able to rally the public to his side. He wanted to control the government. He wanted to be the linchpin.
Gotcha.
Speaking of Ilyar Omar's, did you hear about her World War XI gaffe?
I did. I don't know. Like, I don't understand what the deal is with that, but
she couldn't tell.
She was reading it and read the Roman numeral 2 as the number 11.
What an idiot!
You can't read, and she didn't know how many world wars there are, and she's a member of our government. That's the scary thing. It's not.
Why do we have to deal with her?
She has a winery. Never mind Islam and alcohol, right? She has a winery in which she invested $150,000. How does a first year Congresswoman get $150,000? I guess there is a special investment fund for people of color, so maybe that's where she got it, right? You know, a zero interest bank loan, right, or a low interest bank loan. You know, there's rules for thee and not for ye. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So this $150,000 winery, right, has been sitting there since she was first elected. All of a sudden, it's valued at $30 million. It's never sold a single bottle of wine.
Uh-huh.
And she blames accounting errors.
Allegedly.
Yeah. So.
Just like Maxine Waters valued her property at $5 million, got a $5 million loan and never repaid it. Or Al Sharpton, or Nancy Pelosi, and many other congressmen, Adam Schiff, have all got these low interest or no interest loans. Remember when Adam Schiff invested $100,000 and declared he made $100,000 a year from investments? Who would like that investment?
Was he invested heroin? I'm reading through Adam's chat. He's in the chat.
Yeah, Adam.
Let's see. We already know the Mexican cartels were. Yeah, dude, we already knew that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Mexican cartels.
But it's finally they're finally getting caught.
Yeah, they've been running the immigration lobby for the last at least 30 years.
Exactly. So, let's see. There was something else I saw. Let me go over here to my my bookmarks that I've. Oh, this was the other day. I noticed in one state, 14,000 individuals receiving SNAP benefits were driving luxury vehicles. 14,000 recipients were driving luxury vehicles
because they could afford the repayments without having to buy. Because they don't pay rent, they don't pay food.
There's a breakdown. There were 3 Bentleys, 3 Ferraris, 11 Lamborghinis, World War 11, 59 Maseratis, 141 Porsches, 244 Alfa Romeos. Now, I don't think that's going to be I don't think an Alfa Romero is a luxury
It is a low-end sports car. Yeah, it is. Alfa Romero is considered it's still considered a sports car because they still have a racing team.
Gotcha. And then 306 Land Rovers and 2,098 Teslas.
Yeah. What I don't get, Tesla's a luxury car, even though it can outperform some low-end sports cars. But some sports cars are still considered luxury cars because they don't have a racing team. Whereas some racing teams like Alfa Romero, who have only won minor races in the last 20 years, are still considered sports cars, even though their performance is pretty much on par with most Camaros.
Gotcha.
But they do have a bit more luxury than your average, sedan. They do have luxury seats.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. Let's see. I didn't know. I've seen several Alfa Romeros just out.
Yeah, they're actually easy to get an Alfa Romero.
But I don't understand. I just what I've seen. I don't understand that.
It's a luxury sedan that has.
I didn't see that. What made it so luxury?
Yeah, it's a luxury sedan because it has leather seats. It has a 16-speaker system. It just doesn't have that much extra compared to most vehicles. And it's not that much of a high-performance vehicle either. It's more like a town car with a bit of extra muscle, the bit extra braking power.
Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah, a lot of it is Medicaid fraud. I bet you a lot of them are doctors. I bet you, Sonny Austin does it. I bet you a lot of these people on Medicaid fraud and EBT fraud are doctors.
And they know exactly where to go to hide and create fraud.
Yeah. Every patient that comes through, they'll hit them with every vaccine, every a dozen exams, Hey, the clinic I go to does it, okay? Every time I go in for anything, I have annual checkups, I just, follow-ups from surgery 10 years ago. Yeah, they got all the excuses that they can do,
So, 45 days in office, Mayor Zoran Mondani has just said that he'll be forced to raid the rainy day fund, retiree health benefits reserve, and increase property taxes to fund his promises.
Yeah, because he just lost $6 billion in revenue.
Running people out of town has got a price.
Yeah. I don't know why people cannot see past their own greed, but in the end, in the long run, they're all going to lose, right? They all lose. It all falls apart. Look at Nancy Pelosi. Her lifestyle is eating up her. She's had to sell shares to pay for her lifestyle.
Well, I mean, her husband likes to party with hammers, so
Yeah.
Hmm.
They're burning cash, apparently, the Pelosi's.
Oh, yeah.
Not just her husband, her son. Her son. How many times have they bailed out their son from bankruptcy? Anybody? Three?
A
Three
lot
times?
from what I've heard.
They've bailed him out of jail for drug dealing. They've bailed him out of jail for drunk driving twice. They've had the mother and son had to bail out their. Nancy had to send her son to bail out his father. So and how many times has Nancy been let out of California jail for drink driving? This is the political corruption.
So
But it's costing him a fortune because Gavin Newsom paid the toll. He's a greedy he's a greedy mofo.
did you know that? Did you know that FBI agents have to retire at 57, and air traffic controllers have to retire at 56, pilots at 65.
Yes, I knew that.
But somehow demented 70 and 80-year-olds are running the country. Totally fine. Okay.
Because they have to they have to get in their 20 years, and they have to start by the time they're 37.
Remember, they're only bringing up age because we brought up Joe Biden's age, right? This is just revenge politics, okay? They had no problem with Nancy Pelosi or many other politicians, including that demented figure from Massachusetts, from New York, isn't it? That old blue hair. She's like, 90?
For FBI, there's physical requirements. There's not physical requirements to be a politician.
1225 Media, Paul Bullpen Hammer Pelosi.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I looked into it before. It's you have to do like 34, be able to do 34 push-ups, to have to do so many pull-ups. You got to run a mile and a half in so much time, and I mean you got to keep that. You got to do that at least once a year. So yeah, not just anyone can join.
Now, Dad was clever when he bowed out. He did do his physical before he bowed out, so he could keep his benefits.
Right.
But because he won't disclose his age or whatever, but yeah, he did have clashes with Pam Bondi, and he's right. She slow walked things. You were right. Yeah, I think you were right. You were the first one to point out Dr. Coffindale's.
What's
Blondie.
that? Oh,
Fox
yeah.
News Blondie, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
You were the first one, I think, to point out to us that you think she was slow walking stuff. That's why there's been no arrests.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Well, she's too busy. She's too busy being on Fox.
Fox News, yeah. And Fox dropped her from her dropped her like a bag of hammers.
Right.
Because we can't say the bag of squishy stuff, can we?
It's kind of disappointing when you've got, the Republican control and then you have people dragging their feet,
On paper, she's a brilliant prosecutor. On paper, she could have taken and assigned 14 cases to 14 sub-prosecutors within, a week? And got, 3-4 convictions? But they didn't want that because they're big billionaires, right? They're Now, I am of the opinion that some skirted the law on that grey area of 17/18, right?
Right.
I don't know. Sorry. There's something, I saw something on X as I was scrolling, and it's just like midget dude trying to be Salt Bae. And it totally caught my attention because they're like, what? Can we pay him not to touch our food?
Yes.
And all he's doing is using a shaker that you would find at Subway that when you ask for oregano, the shaker cup that they've got there. It's like, I did not see this at Subway, and you're trying to be like a 5-star restaurant.
The thing is, a lot of people don't understand about high-end restaurants and rich people. Rich people want the fancy, spectacular show, but really, they're not really paying all. They want the all the $400 plate, but the $800 dinner show.
Yeah.
And Salt Bay just wore off very quickly. They always do this, right? They always flock to the latest sensation, hype it up, buy into it, either turn it into a franchise or they sell it. It's just hype. To find some sucker to buy it.
Talking about hype, I saw the other day. Well, actually, this was 10 hours ago, but I did see something about Spirit Airlines the other day. But apparently, Spirit Airlines, the Section 8 of airfare, is preparing to cease operations after running out of money.
Well,
they're demanding President Trump and the administration give them $500 million to help. As a bailout,
Spirit, like a lot of airlines, is facing stiff competition from foreign operators who are subsidized on fuel. Right? Spirit had fallen to 2% profit, and then with the gas shortage, now there isn't enough strategic reserves to fuel the airlines. I think 6 weeks or something. They run out of fuel. Right now, they've been able to get a few ships through the Straits, but because Biden shut down some plants, and some operations. See, not all plants are the same. Some focus on oil, some focus on your diesel, some focus on your ordinary, what do you call it, gas?
I think so.
Only big specialty plants create enough airline fuel. But those, I think, we're relying on foreign fuel. Now, it's not just cutting off Iran. You don't import that much from Iran. Where it's mainly affected is the slow return of oil from Venezuela. Okay? Because you need that it's airline fuel. It's high octane.
When are we supposed to be getting oil from Venezuela?
You are. It's just drip, drip, drip.
Oh.
Yeah. Everything's been drip-fed.
I've been hearing all this stuff about, Trump took over Venezuela to get the oil, and then it's like, well, where is it?
Well, the problem is these oil companies are slow walking the oil production to maximize the price.
Gotcha.
And that's why the UAE broke away from the others, because they've been trying to sell their fuel and nobody's been able to buy it because they signed an agreement with the cartels to let the cartels control the sale of their product. So the UAE, on the verge of bankruptcy, turned around and said, no, F you to the cartel, right? And where does the cartel get the majority of its fuel from?
China?
No, that's who they sell it to. The majority of the cartel's fuel comes from Russia.
Oh.
And Russia also controls fuel in Iraq, Iran, and other countries. British Petroleum, I think, they're all minor players, okay? All the big oil companies on their own are minor players. It's when they form cartels, they become major players. But see, the US got rid of the oil cartel, but the Middle East didn't, right? So the oil cartel in the Middle East is trying to stiff America on fuel. Secretly, they want America to continue the bombing war on campaign, particularly Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia pushed the other day openly to have the US increase attacks on Iran.
Buddy.
But when Trump was told that would take oil to 200, he decided for a ceasefire and to go for an economic stranglehold instead.
Yeah.
Scott Bessent had been pushing for an economic stranglehold all along. He said that regime change would be disastrous. It would be lead to endless wars in the Middle East, that it's best to put an economic stranglehold on Iran and let the people of Iran deal with the situation. If the Iranian army won't topple the government, that should, you know. Now, I think the British are trying to get the US to back off or go for a kill shot because they want to see the oil pushed to 200 because then they make money off that, right?
But if we're so who makes money off of that?
The British make money off all that because they get a percentage of all the ships or the insurance.
So if they're doing all that, then why is it that they're wanting? I keep hearing all this stuff about Trump's going to have the capital, like the monopoly on oil, because he's made so many strategic moves to.
He's trying to isolate China to make sure that if they go to war against Taiwan, he can pull the plug on their economy.
Gotcha.
That's the whole crux of it, right? Because if they go to war against Taiwan, that means they attack Japan and Korea, and that puts the US on a three-front war. And with Europe only wanting a war with Russia and not wanting to come to our aid, they've already said they won't support Taiwan. It's NATO is the problem.
Europe's fell to the ragheads. There's no Europe left. What the fuck are you talking about?
Greetings, WCBS Hall of Famer, Superfan Adam Shawhan.
I mean, like, Dave, you got knowledge, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man.
Language.
Seriously, though, you don't. It's Europe's fallen, man. It fell a decade ago, and now it's all of this is just so people think that Trump's going to do something. He's not going to do anything. He's not. Nothing's gotten better. It's not going to get better. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to get worse. Our fuel in America has nothing to do with Iran, but our prices have gone up for no reason. The barrels,
because the oil companies are using that as an excuse.
$75 for oil, and then it just magically they raised the numbers to 150. Because remember, not too long ago, oil went negative, and ever since then we have had nothing but problems with that. You know, a week ago I was out driving around, gas was $3.50. Today, currently, $4.60.
Good gosh, dude, it's went down here.
Yeah, it's
not that bad where I am.
Yeah, it's $2.99, $3, $3.05, something like that.
Up here we're paying almost $5 a gallon.
Whoa.
For no reason though, Seth. And we have fuel being made up here. That's the thing. And there's no reason for any of this crap that they're doing. But prime example, obviously you can tell I'm sick. Great, doesn't happen often. Second time in 6 years, or third time in 6 years. Last time was from the granddaughter at the convention. Time before that was, during the COVID crap when I got the shot for whooping cough and tetanus, and I got really sick. And then now this, whatever this is, the new thing that's going through that feels a whole lot like what we've had before. And the wife got diagnosed with walking pneumonia. You can't catch walking pneumonia, okay?
No,
so I went in. I don't have pneumonia. That's the good, part of it. Threw me on antibiotics. Great. Now here's the fun part. Medicaid, Medicare. Okay, I'm on Medicaid. I'm on Medicare. My Humana, which is the Medicare, ended today for no reason. Called them up.
Oh.
They had to reactivate everything, but it takes 48 hours, up to 48 hours for it to be activated. But because I'm on a dual plan with Medicaid and Medicare, Medicaid won't pay anything till Medicare does. So to get the antibiotics, which thank the Lord above, it was only $12, I had to pay out of pocket. No big deal. I had to pay out of pocket for my insulin. Didn't really need it, but you know me, I'm going to stock up on that stuff as much as possible. Well, then they tried to push the meds I don't take anyway, the ones I've even told them I'm allergic to. And this is after getting my Social Security disability check today, and they took out for Medicaid that the waiver was already re-signed, so I don't have to pay for it. And I have the letter upstairs to prove where they even said, and I quote, "You will get your full payment this month. Your credit, your waiver has been approved." Yet they took out, I got $1,100 basically instead of $1,370. And
sounds like
couldn't fix it. Oh, you have to wait. You have to wait. The pharmacy, same thing. They know it's active. They can call on the telly and say, "Hey, what's going on?" "Oh, it's active. Don't worry about it. Then bill it later." Do they? No, it's only all about money all the way around. All of it's a scam. The healthcare, we're paying for healthcare. I'm on a system. You're talking about people driving cars that are on the same system. I guarantee you not one of them's a legal citizen.
Probably not.
Not a one of them. Because as a legal citizen, they give me crap about my Prius. Come on, bro. It's a decade-old Prius. They want to know every dime that I have and where it goes. My freaking house payment's $1,500. I just got $1,100. And I'm already at the negative at $1,370. Mind you, mine's the only income. So you figure it out. That's what's really going on. We're getting screwed and squeezed even more with Trump in office the second term. Hey, let's take the taxes and go pay, for a ballroom so that we can have a nuclear war and hide underground.
Yeah, but he's not using taxpayer funds for the ballroom.
Sure he is, man. And one way or another, it all will become. We pay for everything, regardless of what you hear. Our money's not being used for us. Where's my money at? Where's the stuff?
But it's coming. It's coming from like 2 or 3 people. It's coming.
All this money goes to foreign countries and foreign aid when they're not even helping us. And I'm a disabled legal citizen. I call my state representative. I get absolutely no help at all. I try to file that I feel a hate crime was done against me because I'm sight impaired, while the Social Security Administration, who their board that makes decisions, claims I'm no longer disabled with one eye, high blood pressure, a kidney disease, heart complications, and yet I, have to jump through all these hoops just to stay alive. But, we've got money for ballrooms and starting new wars. And, I want people to stop dying. I'm going to fix all this. First week I'm in office, he's been in over a year. What's gotten better? Seriously, what has gotten better?
What war did we start?
The crap in the Middle East again.
We didn't start that.
In Iran? Yes, he did.
We didn't. We
did not. No, Iran shut the Strait of Hormuz and started taxing Israeli ships, and then started attacking American ships.
Weeks away from nuclear weapons again, and we've heard it for 30 years. And Trump said,
"Yeah, because Adam, that is the nuclear blackmail. We discussed this before. Every time Iran gets close to a bomb, the Europeans negotiate a deal. The US pay them money. Iran sends the uranium to Russia, and then what happens? America is paying the Iranian government money, a peace toll or peace tax.
Obama, how much did Obama give them?
Exactly.
Yeah, how much did that's why we're in the seat where we are now.
Decade after decade.
Because
we didn't need
every
to
president
Iran at all. We were fine. We got enough terrorists for our own country with cartel.
Because every president up until Trump, even Trump paid it back in 2016, paid Iran money to shut down its nuclear program. Iran will wait a while and then start it up again and start producing.
Well, they got all their stuff from China. It didn't work. That was kind of funny. But again, it's the same crap sandwich that we've been fed. While now there's more and more
because we have no control over the world government,
not able to feed their families, and nobody's helping us. And they're still taking. And now instead of deporting all these people, what are they wanting to do? We're gonna, put them in camps and help them work, and we're gonna keep them here. No, none of this makes any sense. Because again, as an American tax-paying citizen, man, I'm not getting any help, and I need the assistance, and I don't even get it.
Yeah, highlight. To answer your earlier question on imports, I looked it up. The current figure is 8.51 million barrels of oil per day, half of which comes from Canada. Canada is on the Brent crude price. That controls the price. That fluctuates the price of oil in the US. Now, most of the US crude is light. So light crude mostly goes to high-end fuels like LPG and airline fuel. Most of your heavy oils are imported. Canada is half. You get Mexico, Saudi Arabia, Iraq, which is only 4%, Brazil, which is 3%. Now, the thing is, some of these companies are on long-term contracts like Iraq, where they have to take so much per day. So, like, I think it's something like 4 ships. Now, those 4 ships weren't attacked. And, yeah, because the Europeans at first were having their ships go through. They're only holding back to make the US look bad. Those ships could go through at any time. They're just holding back to make America look bad. It's all politics.
Well, yeah, we know that. And it's like, don't forget, Biden's the one that closed the pipeline in the first place to cause this to happen.
Yeah. Well, he did that so that the contract would go to his good buddy in the so instead of pipelining, it would go to his rail contract for his good buddy to keep Amtrak running, and in California to all the truck drivers, all the imported truck drivers.
Yeah.
Pipelines are cheaper, but they keep getting Crazy Horse and all these other idiots to run around screaming how the pipelines are killing the earth and all the hippy dippies.
Well, it's just like global warming. All stuff Bill Gates still getting away with, blocking the sun to stop global warming. All the aluminum in the air that for over a decade and a half that we've covered.
Yeah.
And it's still going on to this day.
Yeah, and again, petroleum imports are the biggest problem for the US government because technically you are turning around and processing that you import crude and export a lot of light oil as well. And this is where Spirit is upset because the US government has all these contracts to supply like Singapore, etc., countries who can't process this stuff to supply them, right? But so the domestic airline market, again, because of the Colonial Pipeline that Biden shut down, the domestic market isn't getting enough. Again, that's also because Canada won't sign a trade deal. So every time Trump tries to get a success, someone pulls the plug, which is why Trump wants to get the US off the Canadian. Even Mexico doesn't want to trade with Canada anymore. They don't want Carney and these liberals threatening to hit them with high tariffs just to prop up the Canadian economy, hitting them with ludicrous environmental standards, again, to please his base, and then turning around and saying, please, guys, you have to sign this trade deal. It's for the Canadian economy. And they say, no, you're passing your costs onto us, right? You want to subsidize the Canadian economies, right? Instead of passing on the full cost of healthcare to Canadians, they subsidize it by marking up for healthcare in America. So Mexico doesn't want to. Mexico has been told now that they have to mark up their healthcare, and Mexico said, "No, we're not going to do it. We're going to import." Mexico actually found out it was cheaper to import or make the pharmaceuticals themselves. So Canada's doing themselves a huge disservice. But this is what they do. When politicians get into the cycle of buying votes, you have a problem. And this is in America as well. In Australia, most of the Western world, politicians are buying votes. And I'm saying it's both sides. Mm-hmm. And this is when you get to Congress and the corruption of Congress, where you get states who are dividing up the war budget. They hold these big meetings saying, we're going to talk about your $1.5 trillion in spending. What they really mean is how we're going to make that 1.6 and carve it up amongst ourselves.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, there are many external factors, but the main problem is Trump can't get the US unhooked fast enough. If he unhooks the economy from all these blackmailers, whether it be Britain, France, and Germany, who also have oil interests in the Middle East.
You actually think he would in the first place if he could? Because he wouldn't even pass the end propaganda, dude. He's not going to fix anything. He's on his
a lot of the
term.
things.
He's just going to ride it out like Obama did.
How much of that, though, is because he can't get votes in Congress?
Hey, they could already change that. Go back to how it used to be with the 55. So, you know what I mean? There's plenty of stuff he could do. He hasn't done one thing he promised to do on his second term. After everything we dealt with the Biden administration, regardless of how you feel, all the stuff that was done illegally, not one arrest. Not one arrest.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
Stuff with Obama. Let's see if
you also had somebody in charge of that whole thing that was too interested in making news appearances and actually not doing her job. So
yeah, we know everybody knows that Pam Bondi was fired 3 months too late.
Yeah, her job was to keep everything blocked.
Yeah,
she's a plot monster.
Yeah. She what?
She's part of the deep state, man.
Yeah, deep state. Yeah.
I mean, we had at the very beginning we had Elon Musk and we had Doge, and when he said, "Well, let's look at the Pentagon budget," that's when it all fell apart.
Yep.
And every true, American firster that was close to Trump was isolated. They bubble wrapped Trump, and the neocons in both parties said, "We're in charge."
Yeah.
And it's just been downhill ever since.
Yeah. And if you look at the Pentagon budget, how much of that goes to Disney? How much that goes to YouTube? How much that goes to funding pro-war movies? How much of that goes to paying influencers?
Well, how much of the USAID money is being cycled around back through to do or cover up color revolutions here?
Yeah.
And now, it's a fair. David, I would say you have a fair point that a lot of stuff couldn't get past the House. No. And this is why several people quit. What they could get passed in the House, the Senate would balk on. I mean, the SAFE Act should have been passed months ago. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, getting led by the nose by foreign governments isn't helpful.
No, but I've had this conversation, I forget who with, right? Someone who worked for, someone who knew someone who worked with Marjorie Taylor Greene, right? Mm-hmm. Passed down the line, passed up a question, passed down the line. The major problem is that all the staff, right, try to control Congress, right? Every time a new bill is proposed, the staff read it, they give their recommendations, try to find fault where things can go wrong. They always exaggerate the problems, okay? They always try to get nothing done. And they make threats. Look at, the photo that came out with that senator who attacked Marjorie Taylor Greene. Remember that? Nothing was ever done about that. A Democrat senator grabbed her, threw her up against the wall, and said, "You pass this bill, you're dead." And nothing was ever done about that.
Yeah. Well, no, the machine protects its own first.
I mean, look at the Democrat when he said, "Let's stand up for the American people." Not one did. Every single one of them should have been arrested, investigated, charged with treason, then publicly executed. I say.
But they did give a real king a standing ovation.
Yeah, and then we went to war with Iran right after. That's what I mean.
Well, no, I mean King Charles. He just visited this past week.
Yeah.
They're having no king's protest, and then they
getting better. It's going to be the same clowns doing the same crap, and we're going to pay for it till we can't. Every other country is falling apart from everything we've witnessed from 2020 on, and it's not getting any better. They're pushing the digital ID everywhere. After they said they weren't going to do that, they're building data centers we don't need. At least our state is still fighting it. Indiana, they offered farmers all this money to turn around and put data centers in, and they said no.
Well, and any politician voting for that data center is getting paid somewhere and somehow. Yeah, we don't need any more, and the few that we have destroyed the environments that they're in.
Yeah, they're worse than the solar panels.
According to one YouTuber, I forget which one it was, he did an investigation. A lot of these data centers that are promised and they've bought land and said they're going to build, they're actually sitting now on hold. About half your data centers are on hold. A lot of those ones in Canada are already shutting down. The earlier ones. Like
it's a money laundering scheme. That's why I'm wondering how much of the USAID money's good. There's been multiple YouTubers who covered tech stuff months ago. We're talking about $500 billion that's being passed around between NVIDIA and like 15 other companies, and it gets divided up and it comes back.
Yeah.
And so their balance sheet looks like they're bringing in billions, but it's not, or $500 million, not $500 billion.
Yeah.
But it's worse than I thought, because about 2 months ago, almost all of the stock of all the video cards they will make next year have been sold to data centers that haven't been built. And now the specs for cards for 2028, which haven't been, these things haven't even been made, but they've pre-ordered. So this smells to me, a lot of the USA, all the stuff that Elon Musk was uncovering, that they swung the pendulum back. They spent a crap ton more money than they had previously. They have new ways to launder this stuff.
Yeah.
And every time you turn around, it's just they're trying to clamp us in irons. Well, this is the WEF grand plan, right? This Agenda 2030. I mean, this is a worldwide effort.
Yeah, it is. One of the data centers was
they have new scans that only do not take cash anymore. Look, man, the whole point of a U-scan was so you could do your stuff, you could, pay there and go. There is absolutely no need to have a U-scan that doesn't accept cash unless you're going to go full digital. And they're already here in Indiana.
Yeah. And where I live, they'll take 4% off if you pay by cash.
It's so backwards, man. It doesn't make, and again,
well, there's places around here that only take cash, man. So
cash is king. I still pay cash too, and it's like, I didn't see it, man. I'm standing in line. I see there's 2 at the end. I go up there. I scan I didn't even scan it. I got next to it, and it scanned the thing I was holding. I'm like,
yeah.
Damn. I was like, these are pretty. Okay, it'll get people moving faster, right? That's what I'm thinking, because all them slow people at the U scans. No, you can't. You can't pay cash. I'm standing there with cash in my hand. I'm like, where do you put the cash?
Yeah.
I felt completely retarded because
Well, remember during COVID when all of a sudden coins couldn't be found?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That was, what kind of Milgram experiment was that?
Yeah.
That was okay. That was the banks, because moving coins cost a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And they needed an excuse not to. They needed an excuse to not ship, to save themselves a bit of extra money to pump their bottom line for the quarter.
So they use COVID as an excuse, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at all the rights we lost during COVID that we still don't have back.
Yeah.
Not to mention, anybody in the States, Dave, sorry, you're out of this one for a second. Go to your local Walmarts. Look at all the stuff we used to have before COVID, and since COVID has never came back.
Yeah, nothing's in stock anymore.
Yeah, nothing's in stock. Remember, you used to
I can
have
answer that one.
multiple choices and items, different items you could pick from, not just 1 or 2 or 3, like 8 or 9 different kinds of this, that, and the other. And it has just cut it in half. And now, nothing's ever in stock when you need it.
They want you to order everything online.
Yeah,
yeah.
So what's the point of even having the brick and mortar store there if you got to order it online?
Well, isn't that the whole idea of 2030?
That's it
and the credit score thing, and you be approved to buy what they send you? Because again, Amazon and all their warehouses that are holding stuff, they're all ran by automation. There's not people working there no more. Look at all the people they fired.
Yeah. What's your question, Dave?
Actually, Dr. Coffindale's answered it.
Okay.
A lot of your shortages, right? I was going to say, are you aware a lot of your shortages are because goods aren't coming out of Mexico? And the reason why goods aren't coming out of Mexico is because they're not coming from China. And Dr. Coffindale said, yeah, well, they want you to order online, which would directly come from China.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of making it here and buying it local, which a lot of us go locally and buy stuff, or are doing our own stuff with, I'm gardening, Seth, you're still doing the chickens and, making stuff at home because it's better than the product. The products that we ate when we all met at your house are different than the products in the store today, Seth. And
I just want to remind everyone that we got a primary election vote coming up Tuesday.
So I'm not voting again, ever.
Don't vote for the rhinos.
Don't vote for any of them because it doesn't
matter.
What
made me think of that is we have all these political ads and they got and my favorite one is calling people a China lover.
Really?
This China loving kid is like, are you serious? It's like, I agree that you shouldn't vote for a China lover, but they're actually calling people China lovers. It's like,
that's pretty funny.
Well, the gal that took Jackie Walorski's place, she's as two-faced as Jackie was.
Yeah. Adam probably knows what I'm talking about because he's probably getting the same ones.
Dude, like every day in the mail, bro. There's stacks of them every freaking day, but Sunday.
Right.
We don't get mail on Sunday. Giggity.
I think it's trying to be more like Target. Not so much shortages. It's like Walmart's trying to rebrand themselves.
Yeah, I've almost got stuff, but it's not as much, right? The shelves aren't empty, but instead of having, 4 or 5 rows of something, it's like 2.
Like you're muffled.
You go to Walmart.
You're muffled again.
You're like, do you have this item that they said you had? And it's like, well, we can order it. It's like, well, what the hell's the point of my coming here?
Here to get it.
No, I've encountered it several times. Being Lowe's or Walmart, and one item I'm looking at on the Lowe's, right? Aisle 3, bay 6, and the next thing is order now, and I'm like, and they're related, right? It's not like it's 2 crazy things. It's like I need both of these to do what I need, so I pick a different one. Now, I will say this, Seth. I don't know I think I know what's going on in Virginia, but at least down in Bristol, ammo is really hard to find. It's been hard to find for months.
That's because of the tax on the manufacturers.
We can find it here, but man, because Rural King used to have a great stock. Now they're down to 3 shelves.
Yeah,
and it's odd ammo, like weird,
stuff you ain't never heard of.
Well, no, I have, but I don't, like a 410 shotgun or
410 shotgun,
or
less desirable round
308 or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, during COVID, we had all that issues. Then we had the problem where they were having shorts on the firing, cap.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot.
And now, what is it your governor has said? If you got to buy the assault rifle thing, if you got to buy it before. So right now, there's a run on rifles again.
Yeah, because legally, if the gun's legal after the ban comes in, they can't confiscate it.
Allegedly,
yeah.
Because they'll do what they won't. We watched them.
Yeah.
It's
all.
Where Appalachian lives, I don't know if the local sheriff will enforce that. But.
No, I mean, here it was the same thing. A lot of the sheriffs and the cops, they were like, we're not going to enforce any of this stuff. It goes against our constitutional rights. But then you do got those crazy states that none of us live in that will.
Well, you'll find sheriffs in Virginia that'll enforce it. You get the closer you get to D.C.
Oh, yeah.
Fairfax County Sheriff will probably hang you upside down.
Charlottesville.
Yeah. Now, around here, where I live,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
Women getting the vote.
You gotta get out here.
I gotta go, but I just want to say,
all right.
Vote. I'm gonna vote because maybe Trump hasn't kept all his promises, but it's definitely not as bad as if
Cackle
had been elected.
Yeah, cackles.
And a lot of people are like, I forget the word for it, but they're like, oh, just let things get really bad till they get better. I don't think that's the way to go, because if they get much worse, I don't think they're going to be able to recover.
That's how we ended up with Clinton.
Yeah. So, I forget what that's called, but it's
you go vote. After 2020 and we saw the nonsense that happened and we've got no justice, I just don't feel it matters because they're going to put in whoever they want.
If it gets much worse, we're going to be as bad as Europe. And who needs that?
That's the direction we're headed. I don't see it getting better.
Well,
let's
try to slow it as much as we can anyway. Yeah. So, congratulations on 6 years
for doing your patriotic duty. I will never knock a man for doing. I'm just saying I'm done. After 3 times of voting for Trump and nothing's changed, we don't have justice. I'm done. I'm not wasting my time.
Some things have changed. But his first term was a lot better than this term. Let me put it that way. But he had a lot. It was a lot. there was a lot less damage to recover from after
than
it was for Biden, because Biden was just, his term was disastrous for this country.
Yeah, and nobody stopped him when they could. Now they want to stop Trump. That's what's funny. We've watched the same thing play out 4 years ago.
But oh well. And congratulations on being inducted.
Man. It was
you're the one. You're the one that deserved it. If anyone deserved to be the first inductee, that was you. So,
well, I mean, I would have to disagree because it was Frank the dog, and for me, it'd be Brandon Moist. That's the only reason with world class.
Dude, it should have been Brandon. I mean,
R.I.P. Brandon.
No disrespect to you, Adam, but it should have been Brandon.
They can induct him as a.
Yeah, exactly.
In Requiem.
Yep.
And Memoriam.
But I thought it was a skit. I thought it was a bit. When they were doing just like WWE.
Yeah.
Great. I had no idea. All four of those young men who inspired me to know that I've also inspired them back, which was nothing I ever even imagined, right? I mean, it was to hear from them because they called me. I talked with Jeff. I've had Jeff's phone number since 2018 and have never called him. Called him the other day prior to the show, and he didn't even tell me this was going on. He didn't say anything to me about it. I was on my show Thursdays with Tommy the Guinea Pig Collective and Vinny Art doing the toys thing. And because my wife was sick, I had left the stream to go check on her, make sure she was all right. And I was on the phone, texting, typing in with you guys and everything. So when he did it, I just thought it was a bit, like I said, man. And then when they actually did it, I couldn't believe it because I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, you're for real. I was like, this is awesome. And when I had to talk with Jeff, look, man, this has all got to do with religion for me because I wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for the dog Frank, because Frank's the one that found Jeff. And through that, I found all of you guys. And we've all, we broke bread at St. Elmo's, a 5-star restaurant.
Yep.
I didn't have the money to order food. You know what I mean? And I got a baked potato and a whiskey. That's all I could afford, because that was pretty expensive there. My potato was great. What did Nick do? He cuts up some of the steak. He's like, I want you to try this. Is that okay? I'm like, well, yeah, man. For the price of one of their little pieces of filet, I was buying 4 full filet mignons here from the Amish. So, but again, nothing. Every time we've been together, it has never been anything but a good time, whether it was in Ohio, Indianapolis, it doesn't matter, right? And that was the whole point of it. And when those guys, the 4 of them themselves, before hearing about what I was going through prior, because I had a pretty big scare go on that I wasn't expecting, they found blood in my good eye and couldn't explain why for the first eye exam. Had to go to an eye surgeon. Luckily, all the work of 30 years ago had not broke free. My retina is not detaching and I do not have glaucoma. What happened was Darth Maul's lightsaber fell down and blew me in the head, and it ended up. But 4 days later, when I saw the eye surgeon, the blood was gone. Everything was clear. No new damage. Hey, by the grace of God. But I have the feeling sometimes God speaks through us when you don't know, because when I spoke with Jeff, we had a very good conversation, and the things I said moved him and helped him for what he's doing with the channel now. And we will all be back together very soon, here in the next couple months. You're going to see all of us together. Yeah. And it's going to be the whole plan. So it's
I want to go. I want to go to a meetup so bad. I think it'd be so much fun.
Are they going to the thing in Indianapolis?
I have no idea all I was told by Jeff was, you will see me and we're doing something. And I said, all right, brother. That works for me. Let me know where and when. I got a Prius for a reason. Seth, I'll just come get you, I guess.
All right.
That'd be awesome.
I will hopefully see you guys next week. I got to unfortunately head out of here a little early.
Hey, before you go, today I hit 15,000 views across 442 videos.
Nice.
My top video has over 900 views. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Congratulations.
If I could double that, I'd probably hit monetization soon. If I could double that.
Make a little extra cabbage.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I will talk to you guys later.
I still need the subs, but the view count is what matters the most, because the view count usually, if you get enough view count, you get enough subs.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll be back.
Well, all right then.
But as of the last, over 300
that's all
views
we're
in the
looking
last
forward
48
to is
hours.
more positivity and having more fun. And when I was on that stream, just in the chat and whatnot, it felt like old days, old times over there. So yeah, it was a good stream, and they were having a good fun one this week too, as well. But yeah, man, like I said, it's hopefully we'll see. I mean, we keep seeing they're talking about gas prices hitting $6 a gallon this summer. That's the forecasted, way things are going. That's what they're predicting anyway.
Yeah.
But your guys' gas is always cheaper than ours. But dude, ours is like hitting California prices for no reason.
I know, it's crazy. Like, you would expect it to be like somewhere coastal, but dang on.
$3.50, bro. We were $3.50 a week ago. Like, that's fine. I don't mind $3.50. I mean, it should be $2, but they control the prices. That's the problem, and nobody's regulating them. So I still say, like I said, though, it's because when it went negative and they lost their butts on all that oil for that time frame it was negative, we're still paying for that having happened. And I think that was the Biden administration, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And that's what we are. That whole 4 years, man, all that did was put our country after the COVID bullcrap that destroyed our country. Then 4 years of Biden doing the same, nothing getting fixed now. It's just a matter of a time before it just all breaks because we don't have any new jobs. There's no new jobs. There's more people out of work. And I'm in the industrial area. You know that. And I mean, nothing, bro. There's nothing here.
Yeah, they're trying to up the prices so the industrial area can't thrive.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that sucks. One of the buildings they just recently built in the last couple years at the end of the road for no reason is now up for sale. They're building crap, and then they don't use it, and then they sell it. And that's what I keep seeing. That's the stuff I'm seeing around our areas between Michigan and Indiana and the Michiana area, dude. It's just ridiculous.
Well,
and again, being an old school laborer, dude, some of these buildings, do you know the amount of stuff we could do in these buildings? These are dream shop buildings, man. I'm almost wishing I had the money just to buy one at this point.
Well,
we'd have the men's room shop.
Yeah.
The shirts, the food, the chickens, the bread. Men's room. Real bread. We'd be doing the Alex Joneses stuff.
They're putting chemicals in the water, turn the freaking frogs gay.
I don't know how California hasn't collapsed yet, but they've had a 30% downturn this month alone in real estate for commercial
because the government bails them out. That's how. It's the only way. Look at the movies we didn't go see, yet the government bailed Hollywood out, so we paid for the movies we didn't go see.
Yep.
Yeah.
If we stop paying taxes and stop giving them our money, they'll just print more. Because we're still paying for all the money that they printed.
Yeah, we're printing money. Was it Ron Paul who said if we're printing money, why we're still paying taxes?
Yeah, and we're paying what, a good 40% in taxes, but the Tea Party happened over what, 3%?
Something like that. It was something stupid.
Yeah. And try to get a break. We
actually it was. The Tea Party was 3%.
6 schools are closing down.
3% tax on tea. Was it actually?
Tax on tea. Thank you, Dave. But 6 schools in our area are closing down. Well, then I bet you them taxes better come the heck down too. Because why am I paying for a school? Except, how about you? They have a thing now, which I'm not on. It's not on my electric bill, but there's a couple $1 charge on people's electric bills, apparently, for the poor. Now, because I'm on Medicaid and Medicare.
Yeah, I pay it, even though, I know.
But we have that like in your area?
Yeah, we have a poor
tax.
No,
not you. You're not in America, David.
No, but I said we have a poor tax here, too.
Okay, but I was specifically asking Seth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's something like it. I don't know a whole lot.
Well, it'd be on your bill. I didn't know if you see it where it's like $2 for the poor is what it's listed here in Indiana.
I don't see that.
Okay, well, good. But I'm just saying, keep your eyes open because that seems to be the new thing. Because I've heard it in a couple other states and people are like, what? And then
I think I think it'll be named like they do here. Here they call it a utility tax, and I think that's what they're going to call it in other states.
We already have a utility tax, David. It's already on.
Right. So you got two poor taxes.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, we had utility taxes before they were doing this. Your shit across the pond is different than ours. There's no comparison.
But downstream. Come on.
Hey, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
If you get away with a new tax, our government goes, yippee, we got a new tax.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like they used to Mishawaka Utilities. They were the option in Mishawaka, the city of Mishawaka, but you couldn't directly get from AEP, and you had to pay a percentage higher because you got it from them, but you didn't have a choice. To your point, what you're talking about. But this thing's something that's new because I've been here in this area for over 12 years. That didn't used to exist. This is stuff that popped up after COVID.
Do your council still charge you for water even if you don't have water?
No, I don't. We don't have a water bill because we have well. And no,
that's what I mean. That's what I asked. That's why I asked you because I know you got a well.
Yeah, the way it works here is we still pay a small county tax for the county you live in. Then you've got the state tax and the federal tax. That is it.
We used to pay water tax even though when I lived on the farm, we had water tax even though we were
what the city does is they will charge you for usage and every time you flush your toilet. And but that's in the cities.
I heard about that. That's weird.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, you're charging it for coming in and charging for it to go out.
Yeah.
They get you coming and going with the water. And the trash keeps going up because now they make you pay for their fuel. Like our trash used to be about $15-$16. This month it was like $29.
It's the cost of living dilemma. Teachers want to pay rise every year. Cost of living goes up.
So they charge you more because the fuel gone up.
Yeah.
See, that's how they scam on the trash with the extra money so that, gas went up, so we got to charge you more because you got it. So like basic trash pickup is X amount. Then they get you for the gas that they use. And it's like, really? This is kind of redundant. Like, I'm already paying for the service. Why I got to pay for your gas?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your trash pickup, Seth?
On Tuesdays?
No. How much?
I don't know. Free, I guess. It's just a service they provide.
Ours was like 30 this month.
No, we don't pay that. We just I think it's just part of our personal property tax yearly. It's just
right. Well, exactly. I mean, every state's different. That's like I was telling David. Like, how his and ours are different. Yours and mine are different. But I was telling him ours had just recently went up to like $30 this month, but it's because we got to pay for the gas they use.
That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. But it was about 24. But when we moved in a decade ago, it was like $15, $20, and now it's up to 30.
Oh,
that's crazy.
They pick ours up on Friday. Our trash day's Friday.
Gotcha.
This might explain some internet outages. Apparently, some of your US tax centers are actually in Bahrain, and they were hit by Iranian drones last week before the ceasefire. That's why you're having internet issues. Great! So, US servers. What are US servers doing in the Middle East?
Well, did we ever find out why we had the drone attack? A while back, where they were all flying around. They said they didn't know who did it.
That was. I
figured it was Amazon testing their drones to see if they could deliver.
That was a test of drone swarm technology, and they went outside the test area. And they were.
I'm telling you, I'm waiting on Amazon to start using drones, aren't you?
Oh, they are already.
I bet they're ready to.
How many have fallen out of the drivers? No, they're having a lot of issues with drones going missing overnight.
Well, bro, we got rednecks here. What you think's going to happen? Hey, Seth, you're ready, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
No. Well, hell, the bear will get the drone.
Not that. People climb into the centers to steal the drones because of the to rip all the parts out of them.
Yep. Well, that's what I heard about those data centers, too. They're rich in copper.
Yeah. But also, no, the cartels steal them to get stuff across the border.
Right. Well, I mean, we're working with them. We know they're the ones that have to do with all the trafficking that's going on. Name whatever trafficking.
Yeah. Ukraine just admitted that their drone maker used to be a criminal smuggling cigarettes into Europe. Yeah. Yay, we're funding criminals, everyone.
Yay.
Well, funding Ukraine is funding.
Well, yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
So what's one more, right?
I mean, right. I mean, we've only watched all the criminals in Washington do what they've done for 50 freaking years and not make it any better. Plus, speaking of the Pelosi and the hammer.
And how many times did we warn? How many times did we warn and no one listens? MTM, people are on Twitter, hundreds of them warning and not to fall for the trap, not to get into an argument, take your lumps.
They take your right away to argue. They take your right away to free speech. Look, they're trying to still hit us on YouTube and Twitter and say violent speech or hateful speech, yet all speech is protected under the Constitution in America. So you are breaking constitutional rights by silencing
Yeah. Congress won't act on, or the FBI or any government agency won't act on YouTube's violation of civil rights. Why? Because it's done by Congress in secret.
Yep. But I mean, any of it. I mean, you're literally breaking our constitutional rights, and we can't fight. A civil rights violation, because my civil rights have been violated numerous times. You got to have 10 grand to file. I tried to file a hate crime, can't even find a way to file it. All I can find is fight hate crimes.
But most states won't even recognize a hate crime against a white person because you're the majority.
Well, yeah, they made us
kick out all the minorities then because they're hateful.
Yeah. But yeah, it is crazy. I'm hoping state by state we can fix some problems. But see, this all started with Texas releasing all them illegals to them sanctuary cities and overflooding our country with more people for us to take care of that we should have been taking care of all the way back in 2020.
It's all a stupid game.
And unfortunately, I haven't seen anything from the point in time we've met and talked politics and watched all this crap happen. Nothing has gotten better. And we haven't gotten any justice. I haven't seen one bit. I know my life hasn't gotten any easier. Being thrown off Social Security disability happened under Biden, happened under Trump. And I'm like, this shouldn't even happen. You have the information right in front of you. But they're all like the movie WALL-E. They're glued to a screen and only know how to say, well, I'm just doing my job. And my job is, but eventually AI is going to replace that job. And you either answer A and B, and if you answer C, you get thrown off. And then there's no human. And we're living in idiocracy.
Yeah.
At that point. I mean, where's the farms for McDonald's and all the food? Either they're serving that much food or they're lying about how much they're serving, or it's human meat. And again,
it's humans. It's for sure humans.
Oh, defo, but
it's all imported. They're covering up illegal importation.
Or Bill Gates. It could be Bill Gates' fake. Why is Bill Gates fake stuff everywhere now? I thought that was only going to be California and that we've proven that stuff isn't safe, just like the soy burgers is basically dog food. I can't remember what the Impossible Burger. That's what it was. You come to find out that's all oils and crap that's not good for you.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, man. If I got the choice between eating a cow or eating that crap, I'm eating a cow.
Heck yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of illegal imports of meat from Mexico without being tested. So, man.
I think it's all the lab-grown shit.
Lab-grown shit? Yeah, maybe.
That's more than it coming from other countries. Because, again, I can sit here and say openly, I would rather have real Australian beef shipped in than eat any lab-grown anything. But yet there's more lab-created GMO garbage in the stores than there is regular food. And the FDA still has a job. I don't know, Seth, if you didn't do your job or killed millions of people, would you still have yours? But yet these guys in the FDA still have their jobs. I don't know.
Yep.
That's crazy. And if we don't homestead, they're kind of ruining homestead with the aluminum and all the stuff they're doing, and whatever it is that they're doing. Again, we have freezing right now. It's May 1st, and we have a freezing warning. It was just 72 2 days ago. Like, this weather's not normal, and it's either my prediction, which was the Earth's off its axis again, or this is all man-made and HAARP weather. And they're controlling it because they flooded Hawaii, or the southern states all got flooded, and we still haven't recouped from that. And then now look at how much it's been getting hit with all these weird storms that we don't normally have. Kind of odd.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
My voice is getting cashed, boys.
Yeah, we're gonna cut out of here in a few minutes. It's right at the hour and a half mark.
I know. I was just telling you. That's why I threw in the drops. But yeah, man, it's just it sucks. At the end of the day, it does suck. And it'd be nice if the president would do term limits or end propaganda. That'd be the first thing. End the propaganda. You want to stop misinformation? End the propaganda now. Yep. Undo what Reagan and all the rest of Obama and all them did. End propaganda now, Trump. Otherwise, you're useless.
Well, yeah. Yep. All right. Hey, we're gonna be live at 6 o'clock in the morning for some coffee and gaming. I think we're gonna move it up for the summer months because you want to get out and enjoy the outside. But I also enjoy playing video games and hanging out with my buddy David and whoever else shows up.
What are you playing?
We're gonna go back to Watch Dogs. I'm having some fun with that game. It's been pretty good.
He likes hijacking motorcycles.
I do. It's quite fun. Late, you got any final things to talk about?
No.
Final words? Okay. All right. Well, let's see. Bye, David's book. Thanks everybody for being here. Adam, it was a pleasure.
You got a limited amount of days left to back Vinny's campaign. It's fully funded. They're running on the Kickstarter a little bit longer for the last minute pledges. And yeah, he says he's hitting print and looking to ship out in June. So
sweet. All right. Well, like I said, we'll see you guys in the morning, bright and early. Buy David's book. Check out Lape's channel and find Adam anywhere. He's got
a bunch of beer reviews coming out. So
what?
I got a bunch of beer reviews coming out in the next few weeks. So
cool. Nice.
Finally edited a bunch of stuff.
All right. Well,
4:20 Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah, do it. All right. You guys have a great day. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. Fuck you, New World Order. Fuck you, Bill Gates.
I love you.
You gotta do better than that.
I love you.